throwing me to the wolves.
You're going to have to answer all of our...
All right, we
you have to
ready?
answer all of our
Yep.
pertinent questions
Okay.
then.
This is the Town of Rocky Hill Economic Development Commission regular meeting, Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yay.
This next section, so I call to order.
Yep.
Public comment. This portion of the meeting is specifically set aside for comments from the public who are asked to limit their comments to 2 minutes. Any person interested in providing public comment remotely should email publicmeetings@rockyhillct.gov prior to 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting, at which time a link will be provided to attend the meeting, as well as instructions on how to participate. Do we have anything? Nothing there. Okay, next is the approval of minutes from our previous meeting. Everybody got the minutes?
Yep, I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Middlesex Chamber Business Update. Alondra, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just saw Chris this morning. Let's see.
Warming up.
Yeah.
Basically, they have a Rocky Hill division coming up on Wednesday, the 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning at Care Partners. So, and then we had the Economic Development Consortium meeting this morning at the Chamber of Commerce. So it's always nice meeting up with other town officials and having an open dialogue about things we're working on and discussing. And then he also did mention to me there's a business moving from Cromwell to Rocky Hill. It's Hanger Clinic. They're moving like right down the street to, I think, was it Shunpike? Yeah. So
What is Hanger Clinic? Is it medical or?
I believe so. They have a few locations like nationwide. So I'm not quite sure what they specialize in, but
Hold on, our Google guy is doing it.
Prosthetics.
Nice.
And so they're moving from Cromwell down the street into Rocky Hill?
yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Somewhere on that
Probably
That
right
street?
Inwood, maybe?
On
I think
Cromwell
they're
Ave?
going in like that big section, like where Still Hill Brewery is, like
Yeah.
all those.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to connect with them to introduce myself and, you know, to just welcome them to the community. I mean, they're literally right down the street, and they're probably familiar with us, but still, I think it's important
Cool.
for
Hey,
someone to
all
make
the,
that
all the
connection.
people that we can steal just over the line there. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
That's great news.
So yes, it was good news that he told me this morning. So happy.
Oh,
About
that's
that.
right, because Chris is Cromwell.
He is a Cromwell guy, yeah. So he always knows what's going on there.
Great. Okay. Anything else from the chamber? So the breakfast is the 22nd?
Rocky Hill Division is Wednesday, the 22nd,
Okay.
8 o'clock in the morning at Care Partners.
I think they had it last year. They had
Yeah, they've had
there.
one there before.
Yeah.
Anything else remarkable come from the Economic Development Consortium or anything else going on we should know about in the area?
Just we were talking about how our EDCs are going and our planning and zoning commissions with the town and what's working, what's not working, grants, how to access that. They're doing an MCRC grant, but we don't fall within Middlesex County. We're still in the Hartford County, so none of our businesses would qualify for that type of thing. But yeah, they're looking to do more presentations, like workshop, how-to type things. Somebody was supposed to present today, but I believe they called out sick. There was a couple people. 'Tis the season; everyone's getting sick. So, yeah. But there was a few, like 6 of us, just around the table, exchanging ideas, and it was good. But that's about everything that we did. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, manager's report.
So it's been a while since we chat. Last month I toured WFSB. George Mahalopoulos, I don't know how to say his last name. What else? Toward WFSB, spoke with a hairstylist who's opening her own business at 1930 Silestine Highway. Connected a Berlin manufacturer. New Britain restaurant moving to Rocky Hill to a space on Cromwell Avenue.
Who was that?
New Britain restaurant looking to move Rocky Hill to a space.
Yeah, what space, too? Cromwell Avenue.
New Britain restaurant moving to
The Cromwell Ave.
Yeah,
Does he
and-
know
So
where,
Route
or
3?
he's?
It was actually, I think, Riley's Hot Dogs.
And they're moving to,
They were looking at a space on Cromwell Ave, but I think it kind of fell apart. Like, it kind of fell, like, it wasn't quite what they needed.
oh, that's a bummer, because
next-
they're awesome.
Riley's Hot Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
there's
so
a lot of
good.
people that are, like, really looking forward to it, so I'm trying my best to be in contact with her. And, you know, she's like, oh, I looked at this space next to the automotive place. They really, really liked it. I forget what the space, it's called from, across from Carbones, the Modern Tire, I believe is the name of it. So there was a space right next to there, and they loved it. They wanted to move in, but I don't think it was quite fitting.
Oh, you mean in that plaza? you
Yeah,
mean? That's,
yeah,
like,
it's been
behind
for me
Modern-
for a long time.
It's, yeah,
Yeah.
behind there. It's gotta be behind there.
Okay,
Anywho.
Yeah, I mean,
Riley's
I don't
might
think
be a
it's gonna go
good
in that
fit
spot anyway,
for,
so it doesn't really.
Town Center West. Right? Going up
I'm
in
not
there.
familiar with.
No, where she was here, she wants to build.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not familiar with the.
How many square feet did they need?
Yeah, what do they need for,
Like 30, less than 30,
30,000?
30, yeah,
Well,
less than
no, that
30,000.
can't- no,
3,000.
3,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, three.
Yeah, that's-
Sorry.
no.
They bring the
I
whole
knew there was a
factory.
3 in there, but it's definitely 3,000, not 30,000.
So that falls in that.
Might be something,
Yeah,
yeah, for her
in
to
Town
check
Center
out,
West.
yeah.
She's got
Um,
big buildings in there.
So yeah,
And it would be brand new, which they would probably love, I would think. Like, what restaurant wouldn't want a brand new?
Do you know about the Town Center West? You know, I don't think you were here when she was here presenting, the
no, I
developer.
don't know.
But there's space there that she's looking for, you know,
Okay.
reputable restaurants kind of
Okay.
thing. And that might be a fit for them over there. And I think that the square footage that they're looking for might be available there.
That's Sue Vicino. Ray will have her
That
number.
sounds right. That sounds familiar.
Might be perfect fit, actually.
Right.
Right. Okay. So
It's right across from Modern
There's-
Tire.
Yeah.
Well, not right.
It's like
across.
behind Salad Bar and
Yeah.
Carbones
Okay.
and
I have to connect with her. She said she was looking at a few spots. This restaurant owner, she said she was looking at a few spots. So yeah, I know she really wants to move to Rocky Hill, and she really did love the spot, but I don't think it's gonna work in that particular one.
This might work because she can kind of customize it to what she wants. This is going
Right.
to be brand new.
Yeah.
So it might be, you know, kind
Yeah,
of
see if you can get those two together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Time
It's been
to
it's been a while, so I've been working. I think it's been like a couple months since I first got in contact with them. So I'm learning that it's a very slow process. Like
Yeah.
nothing really happens as quickly as you want it to. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that going. What else?
Who are the two manufacturers, by the way? Or is she not, are you okay to say it?
I don't know if I'm allowed to really say. I know
right, yeah, leave it off for now
it was
then,
like
yeah.
best to keep
Actually,
it
probably best
general
not, yeah.
because
So-
like nothing is set in stone.
Yeah, don't, yeah.
but what type of thing are they looking for?
For the Berlin manufacturer.
Either the Berlin or the other one that's moving from Hartford.
Oh, okay. I didn't touch on that yet. So visited Eversource for a presentation, and we did a tour, and we met with the community relations team. We being me and Ray. So that was nice to actually go to Eversource and meet the team that's in the community and helping out municipalities. In addition to that, spoke with a manufacturer looking to move their headquarters from Hartford to Rocky Hill. They called me last Friday. They emailed me, and they've looked at a spot in Rocky Hill. They're also looking at Weathersfield and Middletown. They're just not sure which town to go with. And we did have a meeting last week, and they were like, why should we move to Rocky Hill, this and that sort. They do printing, I guess, is like the most generalized way I can say it.
So are they looking for warehouse?
Yeah, so they're
big
kind of,
square footage.
Or a small business.
they're doing like the front end would be office and then
Okay.
warehouse.
Oh.
And so have they already kind of identified some locations or a location, and they're in each of these towns, and now they're just trying to settle on
Yeah.
which one is going to be the best? Like, it's not like they're having trouble finding a location, it's that they found the location, they just don't really know which to choose?
Yeah, I think so. What they made it sound like is they've been in contact with, the economic development directors of each town. They've toured a place in Middletown next to FedEx. They toured a place in Rocky Hill. I forget, Paul Uccello, I believe his name is. He owns a couple spots by the industrial park.
Mm-hmm.
So again, they love the space. The space is air conditioned, which is super rare for a warehouse to be air conditioned. The landlord is on premise, so it's not like he's an absent landlord. So there's a lot of pros to why they should go in this space. They're just looking to connect with their team on their side and finalize decisions. But they made it sound like they really loved Rocky Hill.
Oh, good.
And they don't want to move from Hartford to Rocky Hill and be like, oh, well, we're left in the dust. Like, you guys, there's no connection, there's no communication with the municipality. And they were looking more so like, well, what can you offer us? Why should we move? Because they were in Hartford for like 100 years. And so whatever town they choose, they want to stay there for just as long. So that's a big deal.
Do they have walk-ins too? Or do they have a retail
No.
section? No? It's
No,
all
they don't
just-
do retail, no. So everything is, they have clients like nationwide. So they don't really they do like these big orders. They don't do necessarily retail. So they're not looking for customers to just walk into their shop.
Okay.
So they were very nice. They were very optimistic. Jennifer Goslin is in contact with them. So I spoke to her, and she was also very optimistic about this place. So it seems like a win-win. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I don't want to get too excited, but it seems like,
Good. Cool.
yeah, really good. So
Good that people are looking here still.
Huh?
Look, new businesses are looking.
Yeah.
That's good.
yeah, so it's very exciting. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of like manufacturers looking to move here, restaurants. So it's nice that people are thinking of Rocky Hill and they want to do business here, and there's spaces that they find attractive that can work for them. So they might not always come up to me or like email me or call me, but even if I, hear word like Chris Cambereri this morning, he's like, oh, the Hanger Clinic, well, that's a good opportunity for me to go over there and introduce myself. Or
Right, do you have ways that you are reaching out to potentials too to come in? Like
to attract
businesses?
new businesses.
Correct.
I've been trying to think of whether it's like, if you're going to do an internet search or like social media and you see what's trending, what people like, if it's a coffee shop, a bakery, I've been trying to go onto their website and put in, find an email contact or a message box to say, hey, I work for Rocky Hill. I think you would be a great fit here because XYZ, here's our business profile. And a couple of them do get back to me, and they're like, great, we'll send it on to our real estate team, which is cool that they actually respond, because a lot of people, they just don't respond, and there's really nothing you can do about that. But
Right, but we have some spaces that could be identified for certain businesses and maybe reaching out that way, like along Brook Street.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of
Yeah, I was thinking
empty,
of Brook Street,
it-
like
like-
for manufacturing.
yeah, identifying which businesses might be a good fit for there and kind of trying to reach out that way.
Yeah, I mean, I see it like the lowest hanging fruit is getting people that show interest, closing the deal. I mean, that, you know, that's, think of it like as a salesy type thing. It sounds salesy, but it's somebody comes to Rocky Hill and says, hey, we want to be here. How do we just like make sure that we capture that person? That's like lowest hanging fruit. Then there's the, hey, we have this property, we have available for lease, whatever. We have this property, who is going to be a really good fit there? And Lord knows the biggest stuff that we have is empty office spaces. You know, we have some light industrial and warehouse and stuff like that, but really what we got is a lot of empty office space. So like, how do we fill all that stuff? You know, who's downsizing their office? There's not very many people that are upsizing their office. Not many people are looking for big office space. But if we've got somebody that has 50,000 square feet of office space now and they want 20, well, we can probably find that.
True.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get to know the community and, you know, see what's working for these businesses, what's not working, or like, for example, if I talk to like a manufacturer, they have employees that take a bus and the bus route doesn't go as far down as
That was
they'd like
us.
to.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then
Yeah,
that was us.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've
had
talked
that
about
I've had another complaint recently that they've said, in fact, this other manufacturer looking to move from Hartford, they're like, we have a lot of employees that take public transit. So
Whatever
they're
happened
looking
with
at
that?
us like, do you have sufficient public transit? So stuff like that matters to them, where it's convenient for their employees.
Somebody was going to reach out to the DOT from, right?
Last I knew it was on Ray's plate,
Okay.
I think.
I did reach out to them the other day, and
Okay.
they said they were in the works of
Yeah, they have to come
updating,
look at
like,
it.
we should be fitting the criteria to get more bus stops added. So,
That would be really,
they said they would reach out when they
It would
know
help.
more.
I mean, you know,
that would be great, yeah.
it would certainly help along the Dividend Road area there.
There's no sidewalks there.
Right, yeah, which makes it even worse, which
Right.
is why you really need a bus stop.
Yeah,
'Cause you don't want people walking extra far. Yeah. Well, I would just say, you know, whenever somebody identifies a barrier to them coming to Rocky Hill, whether it's we don't have the right property match, we don't have the public transit that they need, or there's like some barrier with the town or a permit or a zoning or whatever, you know, that we should come from an attitude of like, how can we make it work? Whatever, you know,
Absolutely.
whatever it is, that's what we got to come from. And if that means, you know, putting a priority on it in front of the town manager, to put in front of planning and zoning or whatever, then let's find a way to make it happen, because other towns are going to do that, you know? Everybody's going to, if a manufacturer comes and says, hey, we want to, you know, lease 50,000, 20,000, whatever, 20,000 square feet of light industrial, everybody and their mother is going to be like, yeah, come here. You know, we can fill up a space, and we've got a couple warehouses and stuff like that for sale in town right now, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I try to schedule meetings with people. You know, if they contact me and they're like, hey, we're interested in moving to Rocky Hill, automatically I'm like, okay, come to a meeting in person. Let's sit down with myself, town manager, town planner, and figure out how we can make this work for you and what you're looking for. And I think they really appreciate that when you go that extra step to introduce yourself in person and to have any questions be answered, because it's a lot easier to communicate in real life than it is over email, and then you have a bunch of people sending emails back and forth. So, and to actually like see the people face to face, like these are the business owners, these are the managers that are part of the community. I think it's so cool to have that engagement. So I want to keep that
And,
going.
and you know the people at the chamber that might be able to help with extra, resources and stuff they might need,
Yeah, they have
businesses might
access-
need there too.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. So they do like small business development center. They know more, about grants and just small business in general. So that's always good for networking and kind of putting yourself out there, advertising your business, getting involved in events. So it is a good tool.
Excellent.
So aside from business interactions, if there's no other questions, business directory, I've been working to look at software. I thought potentially we were going to purchase software, but it was too expensive. Just doesn't really fit in the budget and like what the software is saying they offer. And the price, it's just a lot of money to cough up for something that's not a guarantee that people will use it. People have to navigate our website. They have to click through a couple links. And are we really going to spend thousands of dollars for people to maybe click on this link for a business directory or available property list? So it's tough, and that's why I've been in contact with surrounding towns to get second opinions. Hey, what are you guys doing? And it's, economic directors that have been doing this for years, a long time. They have the experience. And it's not just me that's struggling. There are others that are like, how do we get this done? So I'm trying to brainstorm with them. Even like, can we do a package deal for software and get a cheaper price? That didn't really seem to be happening either. So it's a work in progress. I've been putting it out there that if anyone has any ideas or things that they know of that can help with a business directory, because honestly, like, I don't want to just like drive around. I could, by all means, I could like get in my car and drive around and see what businesses are here, but that's going to take a very long time. And I feel there's got to be a more efficient way to accomplish that. I just don't know what the best way is. So
You can't do it through the Secretary of State, like,
that's what we thought, and that's what I looked into. And a lot of the listing is actually very inaccurate. It'll say like a business is based in Bloomfield or something.
oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
where
there's a
like
lot of that.
wherever the,
Based on where the person
the
lives.
then the LLC might have been started in some other
Rocky Hill, but the
place,
business
and
could be
yeah,
in
it's a
Bloom.
lot of, and it's going to be a lot of other
Yeah.
random stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 The health department, I've asked the girl Kristen there, she's very nice, help with that because they get the permits for restaurants, nail salons, all that stuff. So like they keep track of that, but then you're still leaving out a big proportion.
Right.
So how do you really get an accurate business directory? Because if I'm doing a business directory, I want it to be accurate and not have it be.
It's too bad, because once it gets set up, then it would be an easy to,
Yeah.
businesses go, and adding it in.
Yeah.
taking
Yeah,
out,
but you'd have to be
the setup,
constantly,
yeah.
you'd have to constantly be updating it
Yeah,
because of stuff
monitoring,
coming and
right.
going, and
True.
next thing you know, something closed and you didn't know about it because, AI. I say we just dump it in ChatGPT and say, give us a list of all the businesses.
And
It'll
this is what we
definitely be
talked
100%
about.
accurate.
First meeting was this, right? So it's
Yeah.
it's a combination here of one, needing a system and a software, and a procedure just for us to know what we currently have, then the procedure for the constant updating, right? Now,
Right.
I could talk to you offline. There are a lot of, I'm surprised we're having that much difficulty. There are a lot of inexpensive database management systems that shouldn't be that expensive, but I don't know what the town of Rocky Hill is operating. I don't know if it's disparate. I don't know if it's one system. I don't know what systems are being operated, but this is not that hard in 2025 to find a simple operating software to maintain a database of contacts.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
would think.
so
Right.
maybe, okay.
Doesn't the town use Constant
I was
Contact?
just thinking of that.
Do they use Constant Contact, Dan?
I'm not familiar with
But
that.
Constant Contact isn't the, it pulls from an existing database,
Right.
right? So this is like, these are things like, yeah.
But I mean, if they loaded them in, something like that.
But you have to be loading
Yeah,
into
but we gotta load
something.
'em in,
Well,
yeah.
There needs to be a centralized software that is that out. We've talked about this for the town assessor. Getting the data is one thing, but where it's gonna reside and then who's gonna manage it and oversee it is two different things. And the nearby towns didn't even have No one said
No,
that?
I know that there's at least 2 towns that have been struggling through that consortium. They keep sending it out, like, anybody have an idea for different,
We can talk offline.
systems?
Because we're, yeah, we just need a good,
Yeah,
customer relationship management system or software. Shouldn't be that difficult.
absolutely. I agree.
It would be nice to have, though.
Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
I think we agree on that.
So, yes, it would be nice to have. The next thing, town's website, economic development page. I did update a few links in there that were outdated, including the town profile and business profile. So,
Excellent.
that's looking good, making progress on that. Does anyone have any questions for me about my report?
Dawn, the last, the customer that you, the customer,
Yep,
still at work, the business that we visited,
yep.
are there any actionable item, what were the action, I know what the action items were, but we don't, we can do it offline, but
Yeah,
is there anything
nothing-
progressing based on our recommendations?
I know that there has been a few things that have been, like, implemented. We can talk after.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to maintain that and follow up.
Yeah,
Either yes or a no, but at least to follow up.
Yep.
And, okay.
I don't have actual answers.
Yeah,
I can tell you what's
yep,
happened
yep, okay.
that I'm aware of.
All right.
Okay, is that it? So we have the updated business visitation survey. It looks similar to the one we had.
Yes, so I wanted to, with the new year, obviously get more into doing the business visitations. And I was looking over the survey, and I sort of thought to myself, it was a bit longer than I maybe would like. And the way that I see it is if I'm talking to someone, whether it's a friend or a stranger, I don't really want to ask them 13 questions. I think that's too many questions, and there's a way that it could be condensed. So that's basically what I did here, is to condense it, still ask a lot of important things here, but just kind of say it short and sweet, I suppose. So I wanted to see what you guys thought. I wanted to get your opinion. This no means set in stone, so I'll roll with whatever you guys think is good.
We just thought, and I'm sure you probably are along the same lines as well, like, as long as they were questions that we could fit into a normal conversation. We didn't want to sit there like, okay, number 1, things like that, so. And I
Yeah,
think these
and that's
do-
exactly how I think it should go, is a normal, natural
And then we fill them out,
conversation.
yeah, after.
Um,
But I think these were good.
Yeah, I think it looks good. These are all the key things,
Yeah, some of them were a bit similar. So some of them I think I just really, like, instead of making it 2 different things, I sort of combined it into one. So I think there's still some good structure to it. But if you want me to add something,
Well, I think the committee already came up with a survey that we finalized and approved upon. So,
Yep.
if you're going to make an amendment, we make an amendment. I think the bigger thing is how many are done, what's our target, where are we at?
sorry, what was it?
Yes.
The bigger thing is how many business visitation surveys have been completed, what's our target, where are we at? More important, that's the bigger question. We can modify the survey, but where does that stand?
I haven't gone out
Okay.
yet since I started.
Right.
I was gonna get input from you guys to say, like, what are our next businesses that we want to target to go after. I did email the manager from BJ's Warehouse today, and he's definitely on my list. So I know that we can start anytime. So I'm totally ready to do that next week whenever, if you guys want to schedule a time and tell me what businesses.
Yeah, I think we've maybe done half a dozen,
Right.
something like
We
that.
had a
Yeah.
list, we had
This
an
point.
original list, that we, some of us divvied up
Half-
some.
Yeah, half a dozen.
What was our target to get to, what do we want to shoot for? I mean, that's, by what date?
I still think we should stick along the lines we were at. What were we doing, like 2 a month? Is that all we were doing, or were we doing
I think we
4 a
were-
month?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, there's,
I mean, ideally, it was pretty much whoever you could get us scheduled with, and then send it out, and whoever was available to go could go.
Yeah, and
You know, if
honestly,
you're-
I mean, we
If you're
can,
going, then you would just need one of us to go. So if you just put
Yeah.
it out to the committee,
Yeah,
Okay.
here's what I got.
commission,
yeah,
whoever
that's what
has
I
the
would say.
ability.
I would say, book all the ones that you're normally gonna do, you know?
And
If,
just-
whether that's like 2 a week, you know? 1 a week, 1 a week is 4 a month.
That's pretty good.
And that's, well, it's better than we've been doing.
Right. Did we
Right.
go through the
So-
last 7 already?
I think we got. all but we
So
did
I can
almost-
say of the last 7, I think we did 4, and then 3 people were either didn't get back. I know at least 2 people were like, I'm not interested.
Not interested? Yeah, that's fair.
We did West Side, Bella,
1,
Flora,
2, 3,
Sunny
yeah,
and
3,
Ice.
4, yeah. Okay, so that's what I would say.
Yeah, you schedule for you. and
Schedule
then
for,
just put
for
it out.
you, and and you're still part-time at this point anyway, so you're limited hours. So schedule them when it works for you.
Okay.
I would say send it out to us and say, is anybody available to go and visit, BJ's on Wednesday
Yep.
afternoon? And probably at least a couple of us will be able to. We're realtors, so we really just, in the middle of the day, we're kind of open, like.
Not really.
I mean, do we want to shoot for
can
a
be.
certain, do we want to shoot for a certain number? Like, what's our goal? What's our target by what date? Do you have it in mind? Is that, I don't remember how we left that off.
I don't know,
How
it's so
many
tough
wanted
because,
certain date?
I mean, we've got hundreds in town,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
what I'm saying. So we got a
thousands,
target.
like,
Yeah.
You want to do a certain
Even
amount
just do 1 a week?
for how long? To reach a target of what?
as many as we can.
Right. I would just schedule 1 a week and keep going.
Say 5 a month.
or
That's a
5
good
a month.
target.
Right, but I mean, are we shooting for an end result to provide a report? that-
Not really,
that goes
no.
back to something, right? So that's what I'm saying, is there something that we want to hit a target by a certain amount to generate a report to give to somebody to take a certain action? Otherwise, it's just indefinite.
It's pretty much
Okay,
indefinite.
it's an indefinite, okay. that's
Yeah,
fine,
and it's
okay.
really just trying to come
Keep a
back.
pulse,
Yeah.
And
okay. it's fine.
actually, so that was good feedback, though, that you had somebody else about the bus. So
Yeah.
that's good
Yeah,
for
keep it
us to
coming.
know the's like,
Right.
2,
Okay.
so this is.
Yeah, because we'll
a big
start to
thing.
see
Yeah,
trends,
so keep it coming. So indefinite, just keep it going, okay. And Alondra, you'll find when you start doing these conversations, this is a great guide. And then what will happen is the conversation will go in different directions and you just
Yeah.
pivot
Yep.
as you go. But I think it's great to start
And you
with it and
find
go.
out things that you
Yeah.
really never anticipated.
Yep,
Okay.
they'll start bringing
I mean,
up things, so yeah.
Do you, so what are you guys thinking?
Just go with this.
Go with this,
yeah.
or do you
Yep.
want to do back the original?
No.
No,
is
this
fine.
works.
No,
Okay.
this is fine.
Okay.
We'll probably end up getting additional information
Right.
as we go.
And there's
anyway.
plenty of.
You can always
room to
write
jot
whatever
our-
else you want to put in there anyway.
Sure.
And then, yeah, 4 or 5 a month. It doesn't have to be a long visit. It can be a small business. It could be a big business.
It would be
Yeah,
nice to
I'll
get a
whatever, and
mix,
just-
though, if we
Certainly
could.
try. It's hard, like with my part-time hours, it's 19
Exactly. So, yeah, so
a week, so
work
it's hard to
around-
like squish in what I need to do within a week and like schedule meetings and try to get,
I think it's
stuff
Alan's
done.
point. Let us know. I mean, we can, yeah.
okay.
and even if you set something up and you can't make it, but 2 of us can,
Great,
Right.
okay.
you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll just keep
Cool.
it going.
Thank you. All right, very good.
Thank you. Okay, our next thing, this is you as well, our Christmas
Huh.
2025
Got a
Business
lot going on today.
Decorating Contest.
We got a lot going
So this, I
on.
hear, comes from our Park and Recs Department.
It does come from Parks and Rec. This was birthed by Rita.
Thank you, Rita.
So I had mentioned to her, I was looking at like Weathersfield. I like to see what other towns are doing, or like chambers of commerce. I like to see what they're doing. And I saw Weathersfield did the house decorating contest. And so I emailed her and she was like, yeah, we already do that in Rocky Hill. But what if we took it a step further and did the business decorating contest? So she typed up this proposal. So I do give her a lot of credit for taking the time to put this together and, typing this up. And she's got a lot of ideas going out. So I thank her for doing this. Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity to have the businesses come together for the holiday season and like have that connection between the municipality, and to, I mean, I'm sure you could read purpose of the competition, community engagement, business promotion, town pride. I think those are great things that we could be doing a bit better.
I love the idea of having a map for the participating businesses. 'Cause then
Yes.
people will go vote.
Yes.
I like it.
Great. There's a lot going on. There's still a lot to figure out, but I don't want to like read over each point here, but there a panel of judges. You could get Chris from the Chamber of Commerce. We could have a couple of people here, whoever's available. So there's still a lot of things in the works.
I mean, basically, I don't know who runs the home Christmas, decoration one,
That's
but
Park and Rec.
I
too,
say
correct?
it would just mirror that, but also promoting the businesses at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's a great
know,
idea.
Make it simple.
Keep
Yeah.
it, yes.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
When
yeah.
when in doubt, just copy what you're already doing.
Quite a plan for decorating.
I know.
I don't know if did you guys come down to the light, what do they call it, light the night, light the,
Oh, I was away.
oh,
yeah.
that
I
was
know, it looks so
really-
good.
Bags through the town.
They
Yep.
Yeah.
really did a nice job with that.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's the
was
type of
really
activity
nice.
that we need around like our town center to
It was
actually get
really, it was
some.
beautiful, it was
vibrancy
fun,
down
it
here.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
be nice to
So, and I think
coordinate.
it would encourage customers or potential customers to visit these shops, see what they have, walk around, perhaps buy something. Somebody mentioned that some of the shops may not have something to purchase, like it's not necessarily food or coffee.
Well, I
So
think
then-
it might draw attention to the fact that, hey, we have this,
Accountant,
yeah,
or
yes,
doctor,
here
or
in
a
town
hair-
that,
Yeah.
We have-
whatever it
So-
might be.
Or a scavenger hunt, like they do like in Middletown, it's a Where's Waldo, and it's a literal like cutout of Waldo, and they hide him in the store, and so you have to go in the store, find him, and go to the worker, show them that you found Waldo, and they stamp the passport, and then after a certain number of stamps, you get some prize. If it's like 20% off your next purchase, or whatever, so. I think that's cool.
Let's start with one.
It's a good idea for the businesses, people love to drive around, see everything lit up.
I love to drive
yeah,
around and look
any
at the
any
lights at the
excuse to have the
holidays.
town all lit up
Yeah, I
with
think it's a
stuff
great
is
idea.
great.
Plus,
Yep.
we have a lot of plazas with all those businesses in
Yeah,
there.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, all the plazas could really get into this from the west side to the east side of town.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
How would they be contacted?
And Eversource will love it.
You don't have a good
Oh,
database,
yeah.
do you? Gonna reach out?
Right. If only we had a CRM.
Yeah, but we figure that out, I guess, but,
Yeah, I mean, there's still so much time to.
a lot of people love going into West Hartford to shop during the holiday season, it's festive, and everything like that.
Yeah.
Between the two big strips we have, I think it'd be very impactful. It's a cool
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Cool idea.
Absolutely. So I figure we would brainstorm this in the beginning, especially since the holidays are fresh in our minds. And
Why do I feel like Rita's going to establish a committee?
perhaps
Well, she can't
we
do it
shall
all
see.
herself.
So
We have some people here who already volunteer to do stuff. We can help some. Not a great decorator, but
That'll be a great idea. Okay, other business discussion?
do we? I was hoping Ray was going to be here, but do we? What percentage of Kelson Row is now open? Do we know?
Is it open?
There's some.
There is a
There's
building open.
There's some. Yeah, some of it has
You have
a
people living
CO.
there.
Yeah.
Open and occupied?
yes.
Do we know? Is it like 20%, maybe something like
I
that? Like 1 out of
don't-
5 buildings or something is occupied?
I think it's literally like one building so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know a percentage. No.
Yep.
I didn't
And
know anyone was living there yet.
yeah, the whole place looks almost done. I mean,
Yeah.
even the buildings in the back are pretty well up there. They've been working early in the morning until, all weekends and everything. And then something else, do we know if anything's been started on the POCD too, the Plan of Conservation and Development? Has anybody started working on anything to do with that?
I had asked last month when we were supposed to have our meeting, and they're
So it's
working
basically
on it.
still planning
Yeah.
meetings about it, all right? And then we do have another business that was recently approved. Do we have any, do we have a timeline for rodeo opening off the Silas Dean?
Rodeo?
Rodeo Cannabis?
Oh, I'm not
Where's that?
sure when they will be.
Is
open.
where Tomato Joe's was.
Yeah, correct.
So that is going through?
It
It sounds.
it got approved.
Yes,
It is?
yes,
It's all
it should
approved?
be.
It's been
Yes.
approved, so but I didn't know if, they had, I don't think they've started doing anything there.
It seems.
yet, but-
No, I don't think they have. So I'm really not sure when they would go in.
Well, the restaurant is open, though. Talk about something good. Allegra?
Allegra,
Oh,
yep.
Yes, I did see that.
And we have a new tattoo parlor on Silas Dean too.
Yeah, I just noticed
That
that.
just opened up, yeah. In the
The
store.
old Blue Ribbon Plumbing,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
boutique hair
Yep.
salon.
Looks
Yep.
nice, all lit up. I was like, when did they put up these signs?
Nice.
It looks nice.
I just noticed it the other day.
And I
then
believe
Miles. Is that
Yep.
how you say it? Miles?
the gas station on the corner by Taco Bell.
Is that Miles? What are those initials?
Meals.
Mi-
Meals. I don't
I'm going to say
know.
Miles because it
We'll
makes
call it
sense to
Miles.
me.
It makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
So is that open? I mean, I saw people at gas pumps the other day.
Yeah.
And then I believe there's also an application to put a car wash on the Silas Dean, or a pre-application for that.
Where's that one going to go?
Car wash. I did-
On the Silas Dean, there's where like Weathersfield Glass, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The one that's set back
Mm-hmm.
in there?
Yeah. I think there may be a pre-application for that. And
There's quite a bit going on.
to increase the size of the Citgo station on the corner of Elm and Main Street. It's another application before planning and zoning coming up like this week or next week.
Right? Forest in Maine? That one you're
Yes.
talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we've got a bunch of, the holiday season's over. We got a bunch of stuff on the plate.
Well, it's nice that people want to go into the old furniture building too, because that's so run down
Yeah.
and abandoned.
Yeah.
That people are showing interest, like the hairstylist I talked to a couple months ago. They want to do like hairstylist, dog, groomer, nail salon.
Do the same people do the dog grooming and the hairstyling?
No,
Okay.
No, sorry. So I kind of,
All in that one building?
yes, all that would
Dog
go
while you're
into
getting
one
your hair
building.
done.
Yeah.
So,
Can't you do that?
No,
That sounds like a
that would be
cartoon in the
crazy.
making. Like
I know.
the lady
Business.
walks out with the same
The
hairdo
same
as her dog.
haircut as the dog.
yes.
Wait a minute, so that's one owner that's looking to open up 4 shops or something in there?
No, I misspoke.
Oh, man. I don't like the idea of that, though.
It's
Bring your dog, get your hair done at the same time.
Yeah.
right. While you
Spa
get your
day for
dog groomed,
everybody.
you can get your nails done.
Yeah.
That works
Spa day for everyone.
well.
I'm sure the health department would like that,
There
though.
is interest in
They
that
could
ugly
split 'em.
building.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
God.
there is
Okay, that's
interest in
good.
that. So
good.
I'm very excited for that because I even myself I drive down the Silas Dean and
It's
I
an
looked at that
eyesore.
building and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh God.
Well,
know?
yeah, I mean, the scuba shack and all that stuff is now gone, so, let's fill in some of the rest of those empty
Yep.
Yeah.
teeth.
Yep. So, yeah, there's a lot going on,
Yeah,
a lot happening in Rocky Hill.
yep, there is.
That's
So,
all great.
yeah, I think.
Anything else in your notebook?
There's other things, but we can move on. I'll save them for an email to Ray.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's it for the meeting then. Motion to adjourn?
I
I'll-
make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.